I wrote Goose Graveyard on February 12th, 2023. The geese are still as stones upon the ice, along the old man river's frozen shore. This nature park was once a paradise. It isn't paradise here anymore. Years past, this was a happy place to be. A place that held abundant life and hope. I'd hope to see a rich diversity of species here, but see they barely cope. The health of native geese and ducks is poor because of growing inhumanity. The birds and eggs that we're producing for consumption killed these ducks and geese I see, replacing birds that once had brought me cheer, with 50 stones to build a graveyard here. And I'm not singing this at Alexander Wilderness Park because I don't think we're going to go back there for a while because that made us very unhappy.
Yeah, it's one of the saddest sights I've seen. It's like a gruesome cemetery. It's a bit like a war zone, actually.
Yeah.
We ran across a fellow who'd been in that park a couple of days back, who'd been kind of going through the trees.
The woods and counting them.
And he was saying it looked like someone had taken a BB gun after them, so he must have seen quite a few.
Thought, yeah,
I know, and
so
it just wouldn't be. We saw one in I think it was late November, in that general, just one, and it was struggling. It couldn't fly. We tried to give it some food, and that would be one of the things that would kill them, because they wouldn't be able to fly, And the big trouble is a real bad cold snap was moving in. It lasted, I think, 2 weeks. There's no way. It's probably one of the corpses that we saw down there. But it tried to get away from us. We tried to give it some food, and it couldn't fly.
We did not put food in Alexander Wilderness Park.
No, it wasn't. No.
So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that we don't put food in there.
No.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's a nature preserve.
Yeah.
But it was... yeah, I don't know. There's a few down here in Pavan, but not like what we saw 2 days ago in Alexander Wilderness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's terrible.
Yeah, and it's affecting the geese selectively.
Well, there were a few ducks, but not very many.
I only saw one, but you were saying you saw more.
I saw 2, I think.
Yeah, there we go. So I think it's because geese range really far. They go off into the fields. How is it that they connect with the factory farm things?
I have no idea how they're
Are they shoveling out excreta and like putting it on?
The authorities are going to have to figure out what's happening. Well,
they wouldn't put it on the fields at this time of year.
No, but I was wondering about that because I was thinking about how we'd see the geese eating grain off the fields on the ground after the grain was harvested.
Yeah.
And lots of geese, they do that if you look. And,
you can see them like if you down at a grocery store that we go to, the big one.
Yeah.
The super duper one, if you know what I mean. I'd be sitting there waiting while you shop, and I'd see the geese in the morning. They're all heading from the river bottom out east. They'd be going to harvest the fields.
And then I was thinking, well, some people will put manure on the fields in the fall. They shouldn't, though, because then, with the melt, it can run off into the river system, right?
But they do it. I think most do.
And so I was thinking about that, but I don't think they put down chicken onto the fields, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows what they do. That's why when there's heavy rain or heavy melt here, particularly heavy melt, there's a huge taste of chlorine. They're trying to beat the stuff, the runoff from the farms where the farmers are, you know, they wouldn't be properly monitored and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They just spread it on their fields and they don't care.
Yeah.
Get into the Old Man River here and away we go. Oh, you can smell it, you know, a particular time of year. Is it around Thanksgiving? It's not a time of Thanksgiving. It just smells like, well, the SH word. So, that was depressing, but this is
it's a much nicer day.
Nicer day.
Yeah.
That was a nice day until...
Yeah, until we saw them.
Well, until we got up close and personal. Looking across the river, we could see kind of like
a... chilly. I should have maybe worn warmer clothes. I heard another woman today saying, oh, next time we come out, we're going to have to wear winter stuff.
If they come out tomorrow, by all accounts, they're going to have to. But yeah, that wind was blowing pretty good. But you know, I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm dressed more warmly than you, and I built up some warmth. I went pretty farther than you did. Anyway, we'll sign off now, okay?